Hey there everyone, it's Val and welcome back to Tolkiencraft II, The Labors of Valentine. Well, a lot of what I did today I can show you, but it'd be pretty brief. Basically, we explored the entirety, as far as I can tell, of the ruined tower over there and lit it all up, and I have to say that last level is hellish. If it weren't for my awesome draconic armor and weapons, I would have been toast so many times, literally and figuratively, let me tell you. So, all I can say is when you go into a rogue dungeon, be very, very well prepared before you get to the deepest level, because it is horrible. I only survived thanks to my armor. Oh, okay, they're not going to spawn. It's daytime. Anyway, aside from spending a lot of time lighting up that dungeon finally from top to bottom, I also decided to see if using the wither skulls would work as well with Thaumcraft. I do know that the skeleton skulls, the zombie skulls, and the creeper heads all work to stabilize the altar, and they're the same ID number as the wither skeleton skulls. So because of that, actually let me just grab one of each and I'll show you what I mean. So this is 397:1, this is 397. And if we look, actually let me put these back so I don't mess it up too badly. So then if we grab one of these, this is 3972. So it should work to stabilize the altar. So I went ahead and did that. We did collect a bunch of skeletons, skulls and such from the rogue dungeon over there, which is part of the reason I went through it, because I thought that would be more interesting than me standing at my spawner whacking skeletons. And it was. It was actually a lot more interesting. So basically, that means that we can probably start working on some Thaumcraft stuff. Unfortunately, because the... where is it? Hang on here. Where did I put it? It's probably in my... It's probably in this bag, isn't it? No. What? You're kidding me. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm not completely forgetting everything. We have to do these all again. So, we might do those on camera. I might do them off camera. I haven't really decided yet. It depends partially on what time I have personally when I am not busy doing other things. But that's why I was working on the headrooms, because we had stuff to make in Thaumcraft on the altar. But now we got to get back to that point again. It shouldn't take too long. It didn't take too long last time. We are accumulating quite a lot of things, by the way. Bags that I haven't opened. I think I'm going to do a grand bag opening frenzy once we get caught up to where we were. And I'm just checking to see if there was anything that... Yes, okay, there was one other thing that I did before I had my, I think I was gone for about 10 days not streaming, before I had my break there. Unplanned, illness and life and cats and whatnot basically stole me away for much longer than I would have liked. But I'm back. I'm back, and I'm going to be as insane as usual, streaming for many, many hours. Right. Anyway, so we have an upper headroom, a lower headroom, and the upper one is going to be, well, it's going to be concealed under a floor once we get the walls of this building raised to the appropriate height. We're almost to the top floor, almost to where I want to be. I have to decide if I want to put my witchery stuff up one more level high, and I might just do that. So this building is actually going to be pretty ginormous. Usually I like hiding my stuff in a mountain or under the ground, but I'm kind of doing a fair amount kind of in the upper overworld, as it were. Anyway, what was I going to show you? Oh, yes. Right. At the last time I streamed, before I had my break, we actually did a little work over here. Oh, good, I remembered where it was. We changed the hydrangeas so that they are floating. The floating hydrangeas, so we didn't have to worry about them being washed away. When we came down here and turned off or turned on our rituals to produce water for the hydrangeas to suck up, the blood magic rituals. The well of... what is the ritual called? The well of the flowing spring? Something like that? Ritual of the flowing spring? Can't quite remember. Anyway. Yeah, so, because last time I had them planted directly on the blocks, and every time I turned them on and off, they would wash them all away. And I also added this rim around the strip here, so when I do turn them off, the water doesn't flow everywhere. So I shall demonstrate. Turn off one half. See? No water. No water flowing everywhere. And the hydrangeas, because they weren't washed away, I guess I really don't need this. If the hydrangeas haven't been washed away, then this is probably superfluous, come to think of it. Oh well, I'll leave it there. I like it. Consider it a backup. I always like to have backup plans. Okay, I think that's both of them on. Are you both on now? Yes, you're both on. I have to set up something similar with this under the well... for the Well of Suffering. I currently don't have a nice handy way to turn it off, and I really ought to do that. I think that would be a good thing. So, while I was away, the power up here kept accumulating, which was very gratifying when I came back and saw this nice, very nice total. There we are. Almost 28 billion RF. I love it. Of course, once it gets full, I'm going to have to make a bigger one, you realize. Collect more. And as for the rituals and stuff going on over here, everything worked perfectly. When I came back, there was I didn't get nauseated. We have a nice full barrel here. That's not what I wanted. There we go. My mana pool is now 56 million LP, which is awesome. And if I remember correctly, it's these runes of the orb that is giving me additional storage space in the life pool, because I believe, if I remember correctly, with the Transcendent Orb you get 30 million LP. So, yeah, so that's very nice. So I have a lot of extra, which hopefully means I'll never be nauseated again. And I was really surprised. After my hiatus, my numbered witches, 4, 12, 6, I don't know if they're all here, but certainly a lot of them are. Let's see, 7, there's 4 again. Okay, so it looks like we're missing some of them. But we didn't lose them all, so that made me very happy. That's why we did get nauseated when we came in, most certainly, because, well, we had lots of blood flowing around. That sounds terrible and icky, but it's a good thing. Alright, just trying to think. The only other thing that I did today, that you may or may not be interested in, just to show you, I added a whole bunch more barrels to my wood array. At some point I'll move that underground in there, but for now, because this is my tree farms here, until I have an actual underground area where I am farming trees, it makes more sense to leave the wood here handy for where I'm growing them. We helped out one of the newer members of the server today, and with setting up her solar array to feed into her new draconic battery, and then then go to her machines. And I showed her this setup, how I had these toggling on and off in a cycle, so that we can make the most out of the sunlight. But she went with a simpler version of using what the heck? I'm trying to remember what it's called. I had it earlier. Daylight sensor, and then you invert the signal, and then run the redstone line past the solar generators, and then they will charge during the day, and then they'll discharge into your draconic battery at night. And she went with that for now. And in return, she actually let me steal a magic wood sapling or two, which was awesome because I really like this wood. It's a very pretty wood. It's this one right here. And I just like that color a lot. So we're getting a nice array of colors to play with when we start doing some wood buildings. So I'm looking forward to that. We may... Yeah, this building... I don't think this building calls for wood in its outer structure here. Maybe the next time we do a floor, if I do have the witchery stuff here, well, that means that thing has to be moved up higher, so maybe not. Anyway, next time I do a floor and a ceiling, maybe I will actually start making use of some of the colored woods, which would be pretty cool. Why? What? Oh, okay, lighting glitch. I was going, why is that a different color? That's not right. Let's see. And I had a look at the village, and it looks like I didn't see any new arrivals, so I think we're going to need to build some more, perhaps a condominium or some boarding house type building to encourage more people to move into the town. And perhaps we'll make use of some of the new woods for that. I'll think about that. I didn't do anything else. I just visited over here and said hello to everybody so they knew I was still alive. And they remembered me. That was very nice. I wasn't sure they'd actually still remember me, but they did. All right, well, I think that's it for today's end of the day tour. Actually, I went on a little bit longer than I thought I would. It scares me sometimes how I can just keep going and going and going, like the Energizer Bunny. The Bunny Val? No, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this tour, and I hope to see you in the stream sometime. I'd like to say that I'm sorry about the long hiatus. It was totally unplanned, illness just happens, but I'm pretty much back to normal. I've got everything caught up around home, so my streaming should be back the way it was. Okay, I have no idea why they did that. Obviously, I'm a little bit tired. Anyway, okay, I'm going to end this before I become even more strange. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the stream. I know I said that before, but I always like to end the very end of the video with that. So, you all take care. And, right, what is it I always say? Sleep tight, and don't let the Enderman bite. I'll see you later. Bye.